everybody, and welcome to Craft Maker Monday. So this Monday we're going to be making our American Girl doll or our stuffed animal or our Barbie or whoever we want to make it for. We're going to make them a really cool infinity scarf. As you can see, my doll here is modeling it. She's got her nice little red one. So we're going to make one of our own. So first off, we're going to start with a fabric that we like, and you're actually going to need kind of a lot of it. You're going to need 26 inches long, 3.5, 4.5 inches wide. Mine's a little bit over 26, and it's about 4 inches wide because I thought a nice kind of about 2-inch scarf would be really nice for my doll. So this is one project that you can definitely do either with needle and thread, or you can use a sewing machine. If you're going to use a needle and thread, you would just put your fabric in half and you would just sew along your two lines to create a seam. But because we're going to be doing it with a sewing machine, we're going to do the same thing, but we're just going to leave 2 inches on either side that we're not going to sew. So remember, when you're doing hand sewing, to leave 2 inches on each side. Let's get sewing. And I'm going to use my 1/4 inch seam allowance because that's just about what the size of my foot is here. And so that's just going to give me a nice little seam. Now remember, whenever you're playing with your fabric, to stop with your needle down and just kind of readjust, make sure that you're holding your fabric right. And always remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's for you and your doll, and that's just the best part about it. So now that we have our tube sewn, we're going to just flip it right side out. And this is where, when you have a 3.5 inch scarf, it's going to take a little bit longer. Nope. Also, what you can do is you can kind of push it in. I'm going to use my seam ripper and see if I can't get a little bit in there and kind of help to push it up. Pencil works too, anything with kind of a nice dull edge, because you don't want to cut your fabric. Okay, so now that we have our nice pretty tube, what we're going to do is we're going to make it sewn together. So I'm going to take my two ends, and this is where you're supposed to leave your 2-ish or so inches, and I'm going to put them again right sides together. You can see, and I'll probably take a couple pins, and you might need to have a parent help you. This could be kind of a difficult spot because you're not really sewing a whole lot of area. But again, put your right sides together, make sure that they line up. And then we're going to do one more little seam where we've pinned right along here. Again, using our 1/4 inch seam allowance. And this time I'm going to just go backwards a little bit and just kind of set my stitches in there. Now remember, whenever you have to stop or pull out a pin, to make sure that your needle's in your fabric, because that holds your fabric in place. And backwards just a little bit. So now that we have our loop, you guys see how I have that in a nice pretty loop? See, it makes a really nice little, not too big of a scarf on me. But next what we're going to do is we're going to take this area that we've sewn and kind of fold it in on each other. And then we're just going to do a quick little top stitch to close it all in together. Okay? So we're just going to sew right along here and go and make sure to close in all of our stitching. See, I probably here Should have done a little bit of a reverse stitch to kind of set my stitches, but you know what? I'm going to be the only one that sees it and knows it. Nobody else will. So let's finish our last little seam. Okay, so and this one I'm not going to do my full 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm probably going to just make sure that I cover my fabric, and I've got it all folded down, and I'm going to start sewing. And this one I'll do some reverse because I've learned my lesson. And we'll go ahead and do our reverse. Now we have our finished infinity. So the last little bit is I'm just going to take and I'm going to just kind of trim off my cute little strings because, you know, they don't look too cute. And there we have our doll infinity scarf. So here you go. Look at her in her 2 pretty infinity scarves. Hey everybody, I hope you had a good time. I hope you go out and make your own infinity scarf for your doll or for your stuffed animal or whoever you want. Make sure to make it big enough. Have a great day. See you next time.